You're having a great Saturday night, and welcome back to my view. For nearly a decade, Americans watched as their own intelligence agencies were twisted into tools of politics. After the 2016 election, the fabricated Russia collusion story nearly destroyed President Trump's reputation and consumed much of his first term. Careers were ruined, lives were derailed, and what unfolded was no ordinary scandal, it was nothing short of an internal coup attempt. But one man raised the alarm, Devin Nunes. As chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, he demanded evidence for the collusion claims, evidence that, we now know, never existed. Nunes exposed the hoax, faced relentless attacks, and never backed down. In the end, he was right. Yet instead of the system admitting its failure, Nunes himself was punished. Now, free from Congress, Nunes serves as chairman of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board. His mission, to ensure such abuse never happens again. And for the first time, we are finally seeing accountability. DNI Tulsi Gabbard, at President Trump's direction, has revoked security clearances from 37 officials tied to the Russiagate scandal, individuals accused of weaponizing intelligence for politics. It's a bold step, not about revenge, but about restoring integrity to institutions like the FBI and CIA, ensuring they serve the people instead of political agendas. Devin Nunes continues to lead that fight. I sat down with him for a revealing conversation. Congressman Nunes, thank you for joining me. You were the first to publicly raise red flags about Russia collusion. Walk us back, what was the reaction when you first spoke out? Nunes explained that as early as 2016, officials began targeting Trump's campaign. After the election, when Trump won, intelligence briefings stated there was no evidence of collusion. Yet, almost immediately, a new narrative was manufactured, leading to years of investigations. Including the lengthy Mueller probe, all rooted in falsehoods. He recalled reviewing leaks of classified information that always tied Trump to Russia, even though the intelligence never supported that claim. Disturbed by the discrepancy, he brought his concerns to congressional leadership, then to the White House, warning of unlawful leaks and misinformation. For that, he was smeared, accused of wrongdoing, and dragged through an ethics probe. Still, he pressed on. The toll was devastating for many, Nunes noted. Carter Page became the poster child of the abuse. Despite working for the CIA, Page was targeted and used as a pawn. Officials misled the FISA court to justify surveillance, effectively spying on the Trump campaign. Those warrants were renewed throughout 2017, long after evidence showed there was no basis for them. When asked if he felt vindicated, Nunes said no. Too many lives were ruined, reputations shattered, people bankrupted. Vindication can't undo that damage. The only remedy now, he insisted, is accountability, ensuring those responsible are held to account so it never happens again. We turn to recent developments, the criminal referrals and disclosures pushed forward by DNI Gabbard and others. Nunes explained these steps finally begin to connect the dots of a grand conspiracy involving dozens of officials. From the early Russia hoax to the raid on Mar-a-Lago, he said, the victim has always been President Trump. As chairman of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board, Nunes outlined reforms underway, including a rapid response team to address urgent threats and long-term measures to prevent agencies from ever being weaponized again. The president must be able to trust the DOJ, FBI, and CIA, he stressed. Weaponization of intelligence is something America has never faced on this scale before. We also discussed the global impact. The Russia hoax, Nunes argued, made diplomacy with Putin more difficult, further complicating efforts to reach peace in conflicts like Ukraine. For years, administrations from Clinton to Obama mishandled relations with Moscow, but Trump, Nunes said, approached it with fresh perspective, seeking to give Putin a way out of his self-made crises. Finally, I asked about his relationship with President Trump. Nunes called him the greatest boss, praising his willingness to take risks others wouldn't. He cited Truth Social as an example, a platform built out of necessity to give Americans their voices back when silenced by big tech. We'll never see another political figure like him, Nunes said. History will mark him as one of the most significant leaders in modern America. Our conversation then shifted to White House diplomacy, where Ambassador and Chief of Protocol Monica Crowley has been playing a crucial role. From high-stakes visits on Ukraine and Russia to orchestrating world leader summits in Alaska and Washington, Crowley ensures every detail, flags, red carpets, even fighter jet flyovers, projects American strength. She joined us to describe the extraordinary effort behind these events, including pulling together an 8-leader summit in less than 36 hours. Crowley emphasized that her job is not about judgment but about creating the best environment for diplomacy to succeed. Looking ahead, she will also lead preparations for America's 250th anniversary, the FIFA World Cup, and the 2028 Olympics. She called it the greatest honor of her life to represent the President and the United States on the world stage. But the night's headlines were not only about diplomacy. Across Los Angeles, riots erupted in response to federal immigration raids. Over the weekend, dozens of protesters were arrested, with charges ranging from assault on police to arson and even attempted murder with a Molotov cocktail. President Trump deployed the National Guard, drawing sharp criticism from California officials who accused him of escalating tensions for political theater. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt defended the president's actions, pointing to weak leadership from Governor Gavin Newsom and Mayor Karen Bass. Republicans in California echoed that criticism, accusing state leaders of letting the city burn rather than enforcing the law. As protests stretch into their third day, the nation watches closely. Lawsuits against the administration may follow, but the unrest highlights the ongoing clash between sanctuary city policies and federal enforcement. These are high-stakes times, both abroad and at home. From dismantling the deep state to projecting strength on the world stage and managing unrest in America's cities, the fight to restore order and accountability continues.